today I have a recipe video for you. I really don't know how it's going to turn out. I don't even know how it's supposed to taste because I do not eat apple butter. I don't have a reason why I don't eat apple butter other than I've never tried it. Now Jeff, on the other hand, likes apple butter. So there's going to be a little bit of difficulty with me sharing this video because I don't have him here to test it once it's done. But I'm going to test it and tell you whether I like it or not, if it tastes good. I know how it's supposed to smell and look. I just don't know how it's supposed to taste. But I have been thinking about making my own apple butter for years. I have looked up recipes and considered, never jumped in. But one of the sweet ladies from our church gave me some apples from an orchard. I already had some apples that I needed to use. And it's about 6 pounds worth, maybe. I don't know exactly how much is here, and I didn't measure it. I just washed them. I've got them here, and they're all washed and everything. So I don't really know how many's here. And I went and I found this recipe. It's the magical slow cooker, and I will link it down below if I can remember. If I don't remember, please tell me, remind me kindly, and let me know that I need to put it down there. But it's the slow cooker apple butter, thick and cinnamon spiced apple butter made in a slow cooker, rich, flavorful, great on just about anything. Prep time is supposed to be 25 minutes. Cook time is 5 hours if you're using it high. If you're doing low, it's 7 to 10 hours, I think. No, 8 to 10 hours on low. I'm going to do the high, so I'm just going to go ahead and tell you what's in it and what you need. Now, you need a 6-quart or larger slow cooker, a blender or an immersion blender. I am not using my blender because you're going to have to do it whenever it's hot, and I'm not taking a chance of it blowing up, so I'm using my immersion blender. So this is what you need. 5 pounds of apples. Any variety works fine. She used Gala. 1 cup of brown sugar packed. 1 tablespoon of ground cinnamon. 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg, ground nutmeg. 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves, and 2 dashes of salt. So I'm going to get the camera down here so you guys can see what's going on, and we're going to start putting this together, and we're going to have the house smelling delicious and fallicious. And we're going to get it done. So let's get to down here so y'all can see what's happening. Okay, so I got me a bowl here to put my cores and my peelings into. And I did test this to see if I could remember how to do it. So pull that back, put your apple on, and then do this. Now the way she did it is she peeled, go back. No, I may not be able to go back. I got to go back this way. I don't know why I didn't catch that, but that's okay. She peeled and then she just cut hers up. I'm not doing that because I have this little gadget, but I'm not going to leave them whole like that either. I'm just going to tear them apart like that and do this. Now if you don't have one of these little gadgets, you can do it the other way. This little thing, I want to say I got it from a thrift store, and it was a lot cheaper than normal. And then after I got it, I started seeing them at the Dollar General for a really cheap price. Now not this brand, but I did see one. I don't know if it would be as good as this one or not, but this one works really good. It's fast work of getting these apples done. So you could do apples, pears, whatever, but it makes fast work of this, and I'm going to be able to get my apples in the slow cooker pretty quickly without having to worry about the core or anything like that getting in. Now there might be a little bit of peeling on them, but that's okay. I actually saw some recipes that had the peeling still left on. And now I don't know enough about apple butter to know if you should do that. Now I also don't know if my husband's ever had homemade apple butter or not. I don't know if Jeff's had it, but if he has, that's great. If he hasn't, that's great. It's whatever. I can't remember the kind of apples that Miss Sue gave us at church that night, but she gave all of us, she brought a whole bunch of apples in and gave us the different apples, and she said just take them home with you. She had lots, and so I thought it was a great time, great opportunity to test this out, to try making it from scratch. I am only going to fill up my pot. Any apples we have left over are just going to be washed apples. And I'm pretty sure, from what I've read about, like the different apples will make the different tartness and all that stuff. I wonder how it would be to make tarts with apple butter. Like little, you know, apple tarts or whatever. Well, of course, apple tarts. I'm going to have to find out if I can give the cores to the chickens, because I can't remember. It's been so long since I've done enough apples to have enough to think about. But if I can't give them to them, I can always just get the peelings out. Who says I can't peel it all at once? Alright, so this one is so tiny. Look how tiny. My battery's about to die, so if I disappear for a minute, that's why. But I just thought that I would show y'all how quickly you can get apples done with this thing. I don't know how many I've done. I didn't count them. That apple's so tiny. It's so cute. It's going to be so delicious. I don't know why I've never had apple butter. I don't think Mama ever had it. It just wasn't something she bought that I know of. Daddy didn't either. So, I don't know why it wasn't part of our lives. But when I met Jeff, he got some at the grocery store, and I'm like, apple butter, what is that? From my understanding, it's like a spiced applesauce. Okay, so my battery died, so I just went ahead and finished up the apples and decided I would come back to record after that I finished that part. So now I'm going to put in my 1 cup of brown sugar packed, so I've got to get that. I didn't want to go ahead and take it out because I don't have as much counter space as I used to have, so I just didn't get things prepped. I am using a 1/4 cup measuring spoon. It is literally a spoon type situation. I love these. I wish I had like all the measurements in this, but I don't. So I need 4 of those. Sorry about the noise behind you guys. I'm trying not to make noise, but sometimes it happens. And it does not designate light brown sugar or dark brown sugar. I guess it's your preference. So this is light brown sugar. That's what I have. So that's what I'm using. I'm going to go real quick and get this sugar off my hand so I can do the rest of it. Okay, hands clean. And I don't know if I said earlier tablespoon or teaspoon for these, but again, y'all know I'm not perfect. I've said it a bunch of times. So I'm going to say it once more. 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. Okay. It's the only thing I need a tablespoon for. 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. And y'all, I am not a fan of clove. I'm not. But for this, I know clove is supposed to be really good in apple stuff. So I got it. Don't know if you've seen the grocery haul yet. Probably not. But you will. It's a Publix one. But I got the Badia cloves, ground cloves. So 1/4 teaspoon of that. Let me see if I can get that. I took the lid off earlier to get the paper off. I remember whenever I was in school, I think I was in kindergarten or 1st grade, I had to be in one of those, where we took cloves and put them on in oranges and made like Christmas ornaments. Alright, then I need a pinch, 2 pinches or 2 dashes of salt. Now how much is a dash? I don't know. I'm just going to put in about that much, which probably is like 1/8 of a teaspoon or something. And then you're supposed to stir it together. Now I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this completely stirred. So what I might do is let it cook some and then come back and stir it. It smells good already because cinnamon always smells good, brown sugar always smells good, and apples always smell good. So I'm just going to kind of let it be like that for now. And I'm just going to let it cook some. And I'll come back. Oh, I wasted some brown sugar. That's why I didn't want to stir it much, because I know it does that. So I did wash my hands, and it's my family eating it, so, which it doesn't matter. I mean, in restaurants they use their hands, so I don't know why I always feel like I have to explain. It doesn't matter. Home cooks use their hands. If they don't, I don't know what they're using. So I'll come back when I stir it the first time, and we'll see if I'm going to stir it after that. But I'm going to come back. I'm going to probably give it a couple hours and then go from there. But I'm going to put the lid on and let it cook. And I'm going to have my device over there set me a timer for 2 hours. But if I don't let it go for 2 full hours, I'll let you guys know. So I'll be back. Okay, it has been almost 2 hours. I've got about 10 minutes left before it's 2 hours. So I want to mix this up. And y'all, this smells so good. And you can see it's cooked down some. It's only been 2 hours. It smells delicious. I do smell the clove a lot. That kind of bothers me a little bit. But maybe it won't be bad. If something happens and it's too clovey, then I won't do that again. I just won't put much clove in it, or I'll put less, or this is not what I just said. I just said I won't put much, and then I said I'll put less. Well, let's just say my day has been long. I smell the clove a lot more, but you know, that's me. It doesn't smell bad though. It just reminds me of toothache medicine. But anyway, I am just gonna get this stirred up a little bit more to get all that in there. But as you can see, it has cooked down almost halfway. It's not done, but I'm getting it down in the juices more. smell is delicious. Other than that clove smell that it hits me every once in a while, which is weird. But okay. It's okay. It's all okay. Get that sugar in there, because I know that's some brown sugar on top. Alright. I will come back in a couple more hours and show you again what it looks like in 4 hours. Well, it's been an hour and 50 minutes. But yeah, there we go. So far. I'll be back. Okay guys, it's been another hour. I'm trying to have it not focus on the handle over here on this side. But it's been another hour and it is smelling really strong, and it's kind of bubbling a lot around the edges, and my slow cooker seems to cook more on the edges, I think that's normal, than the other. So I want to stir it up some, just to, you know, make sure it doesn't scorch or burn on the edges, because I have a strong feeling that it's going to get done faster than what it's supposed to, because my slow cooker cooks faster than, well, this one cooks faster than my others. So I have a feeling that in an hour, whenever it's time to check it again, that it's going to be enough time. Now, I don't know if you're supposed to check it like I'm doing. I just feel like I need to, because of the fact that this slow cooker does cook different. And I know with a slow cooker, the whole point of it is putting the lid on it and set it and forget it. And it cooks better that way and all that. But with something that's sweet, that has sugar in it, I feel a little bit more comfortable checking it and stirring it with it being a product like this. Now, if it was, say, a cake or something, I wouldn't do this. I definitely wouldn't do it with a cake, because I have baked a cake in this before and it was so good. I need to do that again. It's been a long time and I just remembered it when I started talking about it. But yeah, I think this is going to be done in about an hour. So we'll get to use our immersion blender then, and you know, all that stuff. So let me see what it says. It also says you can use individual, nope. You can use apple pie spice instead of these individual spices. If you don't have these individuals or whatever, or if you just have apple pie spice you want to use up, you use 1 tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon of the apple pie spice. It also has like the different carbs and all that stuff, the nutrition facts on here. And my thought is, if you didn't put the spices in it, you can make applesauce this way. I don't know if it's true or not. That's just my thought. And I don't remember, because I only printed the 1 page, how it says to, like, I think it said you can store it in the freezer, but ours, we're just going to store it in the refrigerator because it's going to be eaten pretty quickly. But yeah, I'm excited. It smells good. Noah came in here earlier and said, that smells good. I'm thinking this might be something good for like a Pop-Tart type situation, instead of, I don't know. I can't think of what I was trying to say. I was thinking about it earlier, but like to make a Pop-Tart out of it for breakfast. I don't know. Anyways, with pie crust. Yeah. It's late. So, I'll be back. Okay, so it's been 4 hours and time for me to check it again. The recipe doesn't say to do that, it's just me. Okay, so these are so like soft. I think it's gonna be long enough. And I did go back and look online, and it said to that you can store it in the refrigerator for a week, but you can store it in the freezer for up to a year. But if you do it in the glass jars, in like mason jars, make sure you use the straight side ones because they're for freezer, and leave a little bit of head space in those. So also, I don't know how this is going to turn out because you see the juices and stuff, but if it's too thin, you can, after you do the immersion blender or blend it however you're going to do it, you can, if it's too thin, you can let it sit in the slow cooker with the lid off for another 45 minutes to an hour, I think is what it said. Something like that. It's around an hour anyway. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let the dogs in because I hear one of them whining. And then I'm going to go ahead and get the immersion blender and start doing that. I don't think I'm going to do it on, well, I'll see how loud it is. I don't remember how loud it is, but I'll be right back. Okay, so my immersion blender, I don't know how long I've even had it, quite a long time. And it's not one of those with the thing that comes off or whatever. It's like the Elite Cuisine, whatever it is. But anyways, I'm going to see how loud it is. I don't remember. I did turn this off. But you got to be careful because it's hot. I think because it is so loud, I'm just going to do this and come back. Okay, I done about made a whole mess. As you can see, maybe, there's some splatters on the recipe. That means I'm going to have to either just reprint it, or I'm just going to have to deal with that and put a plastic thing over it. But I don't really know if this is too thin or not. I don't know how thick it's supposed to be. But I don't think I'm going to leave it on. I actually have it unplugged right now because I was using that outlet for the immersion blender. But I don't think that it needs, I don't know, it is real thin. I think that I'll just not work. I don't know. How thick is it supposed to be, y'all? I think that's okay, but then again, I don't know. Maybe I will turn it back on for maybe like just 30 minutes or so. But I'm going to go ahead and taste it for y'all. Well, no, I'm not. I'm going to wait. I'm going to give it 30 minutes. And then I'll come back. But I'm going to leave the lid off. And I'll come back and do a taste test. It smells delicious. And now I'm smelling more like an apple pie smell than anything else. And I'm thinking that I'm beginning to understand why Jeff likes this stuff so much. But it is kind of weird that we had a whole pot of apples in here all the way to the top, and now they're like maybe down to 1/3 of the pot. That's a lot gone, but it smells delicious. I don't know if it needs to be thicker or not. Will it thicken as it cools? Does that happen? I don't know. Let me find out. I'm gonna look it up. Okay, it will thicken some as it cools, but just as a precaution so it won't be too thin, I am going to let this go for about 30 minutes. But it blended very nicely. So, I'll be back in 30 minutes to do the taste test. Well, it's going to taste the same though, right? But no, I want to show y'all everything. So, I'll wait until the 30 minutes. I'll be back. I'm driving myself crazy doing that. Okay, so it's been 30 minutes and it's already bubbling again. It bubbles easily. It like this thing cooks so fast or so hot. I don't know. It may be normal. But I know my others don't. It's about the same as it was, maybe a tiny bit thicker. But I'm afraid if I go any more, it's going to just end up getting stuck and scorched. And I think this is about, I don't know if it's the consistency it needs to be, but as it cools, it will thicken some. And if something happens and it is too much, I will just put it in a pan and do it on the stovetop. Jeff will tell me what he thinks later. But as of now, I'm going to move the camera so I can tell you guys what I think about it. Even though I've never had apple butter before, I'm going to let you know if I like it. And then, after I'm done, I'm going to let it cool some. And I'm going to clean the apple butter off my cabinet and my counter. Because having this open or doing the immersion blender, I don't know, maybe the mixture of both has splattered things. But that's okay. It's easily cleaned. Okay, so, hello, I'm here. Yes, I am. What's happening? It's so fuzzy. Exactly what I didn't want to happen just happened. My spoon fell into the apple butter. I shall get a new spoon and fish that one out before it gets too hot. Please don't fall over again. Oh, ow, it's too hot already. Okay. Oh, that is hot. Hot, 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 hot. Not a fun thing to do. No, not at all. And I'm fuzzy again. Okay. So I'm going to try it. I got a little bit on my hand from the spoon, and I got a little bit on the spoon. Tastes like apple pie filling. That's what it tastes like. I don't know why I would expect anything different. It's got the ingredients of apple pie. But either way, I can see why Jeff likes it. It's good. That's some yummy stuff. It'd probably be really good on a biscuit. It might be good to make cinnamon rolls with it. Like, put that in place of the cinnamon sugar mixture, maybe? Maybe, I don't know, difference. Yeah, that stuff's pretty good. Now, will I eat it all the time? Probably not. Will I make it all the time? Probably not. But if you have an abundance of apples, and you have some time, it's a good thing to make. Now, I want to also say, this is not a canning recipe. This is not the type that you would can. You would have to have a different recipe for that from what the website said. But like I said, I will leave the website down below. But I think that's good. Now, does it taste like it's supposed to? I don't know. I can't tell you. Because I don't know. But it does taste good. So, that's all that matters, right? I don't really know what matters. And from what I understand, different apple butter tastes different. Like, different people's taste different ways. So, it could be that this may taste different, but it may be that it's just a different recipe because people use different ratios of sugar, or some may use regular sugar, not brown sugar. Some people may not use sugar at all. They may use honey, or they may not put any sweetener in it. Some people might not put the clove in it, and I did, and it's not terrible. There's lots of probably different variations because, well, I've seen a lot of variations online, and I just picked the one that seemed easy, and it was, and it's good. So, with that being said, that is all I have for today. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I do appreciate it. And if you don't mind, leave me a comment down below. Let me know how you're doing, because I really do want to know. If you have a prayer request, you can leave that down below as well. Like, share, and subscribe. And remember, don't take any wooden nickels, and be sweet.